My name is Alan Beach, and I'm honored that you're here today. I know firsthand the power that one person, a mentor, a guide, or a coach can have to change a life. Today, I'm a business coach specializing in helping automotive shop owners achieve the level of success and the improvement that they want for their business. I've worked in the automotive business pretty much my entire life. At 16, I worked in shops. At 23, I was working for Goodyear Canada. I've had a lifetime of experience in the automotive business. I've worked my way up through the business. I started in customer service. I ran corporate stores for Goodyear, and eventually I got a chance to buy my own business. While you may have heard of some of my successes, you may not know the journey it took to get there. So thank you for taking a couple of minutes to listen to my story. My father died when I was a young boy. He died in a serious car accident and injuries sustained from that. I still remember the night that the RCMP officer came to the door to tell my mom that my dad had been in a serious car accident and was in a neighboring town on life support. Mom had to leave me and my brother to be with him. My dad died in 3 months and was buried on my 10th birthday. Our little family fell apart. Life changed the night that RCMP officer came to the door. Our family that was so tight and so together lost its leader. And my dad was a pastor, so we were living on a pastor's pension. It was tough to pay the bills. My brother left, and it was just my mom and I. My mom went into depression, and it was scary for a young boy to live in that situation, and I still remember that. My dad had been my hero. As a young man, my dad was an automotive mechanic. During the Second World War, he had been an aircraft mechanic. He lived to fix things and help people. He loved the outdoors. He loved to hunt and to fish. He was a real man's man, and he took care of his family. He answered the call in his life to become a pastor. Dad was posted to an isolated little town on the north coast of British Columbia called Ocean Falls. To many families, it would have been a burden to be in such an isolated place. To our family, it drew us together, and it made us very close. Then my dad was posted to a small town in southwestern British Columbia called Creston. To us, this was another adventure. It was exciting to be moving again. Then that night, when the RCMP officer came to the door, everything changed. Our close-knit, tight little family was no longer. We were living on a pastor's pension. It was tough to pay the bills. The car was always breaking down. During that time, we had a fellow by the name of Eric that stepped into the gap with us. He was a shop owner, and he knew the struggle that we were going through, and he helped us. He provided security in our transportation. My mom was in no state to make big decisions. We put our trust in Eric, and he didn't let us down. After college, I moved to Vancouver, and I started working for Goodyear. I did all kinds of jobs from sales to customer service. I ended up getting transferred into Ontario. I remember having a discussion with one of my superiors about my career path, and during those years, retail was a proving ground. So I joined the retail storage division. I moved up quickly in that position because I enjoyed the job so much. I worked as an assistant manager, and then as store manager, and then as a zone manager running 25 corporate stores. I got tremendous experience in those positions. And then when the opportunity arose for me to buy my own store, I jumped at it. It was a tremendous opportunity to be able to buy my own business. And I loved helping people because running a shop is all about people presenting problems and then you working out a solution to be able to help those people. So it really fit well with who I am. The difficulty was I understood how to help people, but I didn't know how to run a business. Like a lot of people who buy businesses, I knew how to run the front counter, but I didn't know how to run the back end and the financial part of the business. And as a result, the business was in trouble. And after a number of years, we almost went bankrupt. I had put my family in a perilous position, much like my mother had been in when my dad had died, and I was putting my family in jeopardy. I was struggling. And it was at that low point when I had a mentor step into my life. He was an older shop owner who was helping 5 other shops, younger shop owners. He was helping them to understand the key performance indicators of a business and help them to be more successful in their businesses. He stepped into my life, much like Eric had stepped into my family's life. And he provided the structure to be able to run a business and be successful in what I was doing. This coaching made such a difference that in 2008, I was able to step out of my business and start a brand new business. I was able to start an off-season tire storage business. The name of it was Tire Hotel. Some of you may have heard of it. And that business just grew to the point where at its peak, it had $6 million annually in revenue across Canada. In 2010, I was able to fulfill a dream by starting Beach Consulting. And Beach Consulting was all about giving back and helping other shop owners. Much like the mentor had helped my life, Eric had helped our family, this was my opportunity to help shop owners. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like not to be able to pay the bills. I know what it's like to have to swipe my own personal credit card to make payroll and pay my staff. There are a lot of shop owners that struggle with the same issues that I had. I want to step into the gap with these owners. I want to empower them to bring financial health to their businesses and to their families. When a business comes back to life, it makes such a difference in the owners' lives, but also in their family. A lot of people's lives are improved when a business comes back to life. I had a lot of people in my life that helped me. This is my opportunity to give back.